Hi, today I'm going to talk about colors and fonts, the psychology of colors and fonts on the logos or the websites that you're going to build for your marketing purposes. Colors are basically how people are given the first impression of your brand. So whether you want to project somebody or a brand that is approachable, a brand that is professional or serious, colors and fonts that you use within your websites, within your marketing materials will all make a difference, right? It will make an impact on the audience that you want to target. So it's a bit of a psychology. Blue seems to be the winning color, as it shows up in 33% of the top 100 brands. Red comes second by showing up in 29% of the brands, and black or grayscale make the third most popular choice with 28%. So finally 13% actually use yellow or gold, like Pokong, yellow and gold, yellow and black. So what's interesting is that 95% of the top 100 brands only use one or two colors. This can be explained as an attempt to maintain consistency by staying simple in their branding. And you know, when it comes to printing, the more colors you use sometimes will cost more, especially on t-shirts, on bags that you might be wanting to give away to your customers. So even like for us in the events industry, which we are moving away from, and that's the purpose of this video, for those to help those who want to bring their products from offline to online, and that's why we hope to educate you on how to do this easily. So right now, Best Events Productions, we are working on a new brand to market our retail solution, retail technology solution, and that's why we are going back to scratch. We're coming up with a new logo, we're coming up with a new brand. So we are going to go through this new journey with you so that you can also build your brand while we build our brand, and hopefully by the end of it all, we would have a new product to launch together. So how does each color affect us, and what does it mean for your brand? So here's an overview of what differentiates each color and how your brand can pick the right mix. So what's the big deal, you're saying? I mean, I can choose whatever color I want, right? But sometimes with the rainbow of colors to choose from, it can be quite confusing. So why do people choose to go for different color fonts, for example? Why red, why blue, why yellow, why white? So it actually depicts their individuality, their personality. So that's why you're doing the same for your logo or your brand. Okay, so what does red project? So red actually evokes a passionate response. It's a color that increases your heart rate, which makes you breathe faster, and it's generally associated with energy, excitement, passion. It's one of the colors that is attention grabbing, while it can also be provocative and excitable. So colors that is logos in red you might remember would be something like Air Asia, CIMB Bank. These are the more prominent red logos that come to mind immediately. Color codes, so when using red, would be more aggressive, would be more energetic, would be more provocative, would be more attention grabbing and passionate. Okay, so actually there's also a bit of psychology behind it. Like for example, McDonald's, you can see that it's a mixture of red and yellow. Now their building is usually painted black, but their logo still remains red and yellow. So red is stimulating, and because it increases the heart rate, so in a nutshell, it also increases your appetite, so you get more hungry, you want to order more. So that's a psychology to it. Yellow is also associated with being happy, so that is something that you will also see from a distance. So that's why perhaps McDonald's is red and yellow. Another color that we want to talk about is purple. So purple is sophisticated, it's a mysterious color. It tends to be used with higher end products due to its association with royalty and elegance. So it's also linked with spirituality, and it can bring a magical element to your brand or even your product. For example, if you have only one product and that product is a perfume, and that perfume evokes a sense of mystery, so you might want to go with purple packaging. It doesn't have to be a purple logo, it could be a purple box, it could be the purple flower to it, or a purple element to it. Okay, blue is the most popular color, as I mentioned earlier. Of course, blue can come up with this, like from dark blue to light blue. So blue puts people at ease. It reminds people of the sky and the ocean, and it's also associated with trust, security and confidence. So yellow is a popular color because it's associated with the sun. It brings you hope, it brings you optimism, it stands out among other colors, so it gives you a sense of warmth and motivation. Okay, some of the logos with yellow can be seen here, and you would be reminded of that they do bring cheer to your life. Orange is an ideal color for brands that want to blend optimism and brightness of yellow and the passion and the energy of red. It's a creative and cheerful color, and it evokes a friendly and adventurous feeling. Brown represents the earthly simplicity, and it usually is preferred to reflect stability and strength. It's comforting in its simplicity, and is preferred by brands that want to be classical and trustworthy, such as these and these. So another color, black, is a popular color because of its classic options. It's both classic, it's sophisticated, and it can make a brand identity stand out, like Chanel. So it seems to work perfectly with luxury products, blending of classic and powerful elements. So it projects prestige, cleanliness, sophistication, and power. White represents simplicity, purity, and also cleanliness. So for example, it gives a feeling of being pure, or being noble, or being soft, or being clean. So think about your brand in the following ways when you want to choose your color. What are your brand goals? Do you want customers to be happy, to get rich, to be informed? Or what's your target audience? Do you want them to feel positive when using your product, to feel confident, or to feel intelligent? And what are the personality traits that you're going for your brand? Is your brand fun? Is it serious? Is it inspirational? So yes, even if you are selling consumer goods such as makeup, what kind of makeup personality do you want to project? For example, New Skin comes up with I can remember them being blue, so it's more trustworthiness, cleanliness, clean. But if you're going for something like even Clinique is white, a lot of white, some green, says cleanliness, it's about being pure, it's about being healthy. Other makeup brands, for example, like a Revlon, they go with black, with red, so it's sophisticated, this is brave. So you see the different things that is projected in your mind in the different colors. So where your brand colors should appear would be on your logo, on your website and emails, your social media, advertising, in your store if you have a physical store, or even in your backdrops when you bring a virtual event, in your stationery, in your staff uniforms, and etc. Now that I've covered color, how do you choose the right fonts for your brand in 5 steps? A good brand font should be legible, it can be read easily, it's unique, it's memorable, it's multi-platform oriented, and able to communicate brand personality. So the basic font categories and their traits are serif. So serif would be traditional, classical, and reliable for brands that convey the sense of respectability and age-long class. So some of the serif fonts can be seen here. And sans serif would be minimal, would be clean, would be contemporary for brands that evoke a sense of cleanliness and modern directness. Some of the sans serif fonts are these. And then there's script, which is unique, it's elegant, it's thick. When choosing your fonts, certain typeface pairings and single usage work better for certain brand personalities than others. For instance, minimal sans serif font makes for a professional and corporate look. Bold serif headers and non-descriptive sans serif subheaders conveys a trustworthy feel. Thick and rounded sans serif fonts create a youthful and friendly feel. Traditional serif font conveys a conservative corporate feel, and thin sans serif fonts can be useful to make elegant and high-end feel. So some additional things you can also include in your brand guideline include a brand overview. For example, the history, the mission statement, the personality of your brand. So when you think of Chanel, what comes to mind? Usually it would project sophistication, it will project something classical, but there's also a bit of fun in some of the product lines that they have. So each product line has their own personality because Chanel is a group of products. They have fragrances, they have makeup products, they have skincare products, they have watches, they have jewelry. So every line has their own personality. And when it comes to makeup, for example, seasonal makeup, some seasons could be fun, some seasons could be sophisticated. Come to fragrance, same thing. Certain product lines are more fresh, because they have the different kinds of scents. They have the fresh scent, they have the woody scent, they have the citrus scent, they have the floral scent. So even these lines have their own personalities, right? And tone of voice when you're speaking to your customers in your website, in your emails to them, how you communicate with them. For example, when you go to the WeTransfer website or MailChimp, you can see that they're more fun. They want to project something which is casual. But when you go to the Majestic Hotel website, for example, You can see the words that they choose are more sophisticated. It makes you feel luxurious, right? And then there's LinkedIn, which is very professional, very straightforward. And what about logo treatment? The size that should appear on your website, on your emails, it should be consistent. If it's in your website on the right corner all the time, it should be there all the time. Or in your letterhead, it should be on the top. Whatever you choose it to be, wherever you choose it to be, it should be there consistently. Typography or fonts for use in emails, prints, and websites, it should be consistent. It should be the same. Obviously, sometimes if you're building your website from a free site like Wix, for example, you might not be able to get the fonts in your email to be the same, or the fonts to be the same in your social media. But now there is a tool that you can use, which will try to find the closest fonts possible, so that the look of all where your brand is present will be consistent. Image styles such as photos that you choose. Is it comical? Is it cartoons? Is it real people that you use? So this also will project the personality of your brand. And design styles. This will be the last thing I'm going to share with you for things like office stationery, such as business cards or letterheads. Yeah, MCO, maybe you might not be using them as much, but when we're out of this and you're meeting people and you're networking, the letterheads that you use, the formal letters that you send to your customers perhaps, or to your suppliers, your name cards, they all should have the same look. So I hope you have benefited from this session, and I will be sharing a little bit, we will be sharing a little bit of what we've come up with for our new brand, which was for the retail solution, and we hope that it will inspire you a little bit, and we hope that you can also share what you're working with on, so that we can help you. We are in this together, so do share your thoughts and your questions with us, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. Alright then, have a great day. Bye.